Today I want to share with you a technique called heart-centered breathing. It was developed by the HeartMath Institute. The HeartMath Institute has been around for around 40 years. Its original trajectory was actually to teach the military how to have and build more resiliency among soldiers. But what's come out of that research is nothing less than extraordinary. We have been able to find that the heart is actually the thing that's required for increase in vitality, for regulating our nervous system, not a brain down technique, but a heart up technique. And so what happens when we're in a state of coherence is that our heart is informing our brain. Our heart is actually sending signals to our amygdala. Now, our amygdala is our fear center in our brain. It's responsible for that fight, flight, and freeze response. And when we're caught in that flight, fight, and freeze response, typically we're not usually engaged in an activity where the bus is coming to get out of the way, but we're actually caught in a cycle of programmed responses, usually from earlier experiences that we've had in our life that are stored in our nervous system that haven't found its way to be released. When those traumas are stored in our nervous system, we actually have a decrease in vitality. We have decrease in connection. And when we have a decrease in vitality and connection, what happens is we have this, instead of having 1,400 chemicals in our brain that are encouraging us to be vital and to be alive and to make connections and be in joy, instead we're stuck in that flight, fight, and freeze response and that cortisol response, that inflammatory response. And typically in those responses, we are not only decreasing our vitality, but we're also increasing our level of isolation, because when we're stuck in those responses, we're not really able to have the choices available to us in our awareness to actually create more vitality and to create more connection. You see, when the amygdala is involved, we no longer have the ability to tap into our prefrontal cortex, which is where our executive functioning happens. It's the place where we can see what options and choices are available to us. Okay, so HeartMath also sells a little device. It's like a little biofeedback device that taps into your ear, clip it onto your ear. This part taps into your phone. It's a free app. The device is about $250. And it will help teach you how to track your coherence and build coherence over time. Really, only about 2 to 3 minutes a couple of times a day is really all that's needed to increase your capacity, increase your vitality, and help bring you out of a trauma response. It's very, very simple. It's been used all over the world for sex trafficking victims, for the military, for refugees. Amazing research coming out of the HeartMath Institute. And amazing that we can also not only measure our own coherence by using the device, but what HeartMath has been able to do is actually measure the coherence of a town, a village, a city, even the planet. HeartMath is able to measure the coherence of the planet. So really important data coming out of HeartMath. And it all starts with just a very, very simple technique. So simple, I just want to share it with you today. Okay, so it starts off by really just deepening your breath, slowing your breath, and focusing in on your heart. Now, when I say focusing in on your heart, if that's hard for you, it's okay. You can start by just feeling your own heartbeat. If you're a visual person, you can visualize a pet or a family member, a child, your very favorite place to be, whatever gives you the idea and the sensation that your heart is opening, that you're in a place of love. Okay? And so the technique is really a lot like box breathing, where we breathe in deeper, okay, and slower to a count of around 4 or 5. We pause 4 or 5. We exhale 4 to 5. And then we pause 4 to 5. Okay? So it's this box breathing, only we're doing it deep and slow, okay? And if you want to breathe in through your mouth or in through your nose, whatever is most comfortable for you. There's really no rules around that. It's really just you developing a strategy of breathing that feels the best for you. Okay, but the general principles are just slower and deeper and connecting fully with your heart. Okay, and so I'm just going to show you what that looks like, and then we'll continue from there. Okay, here we go. So simple. And when we do that, I invite you to just check in with yourself after you do that and see how you feel. I feel much more calm, much more open, and our heart has that field, electromagnetic field, of 5 feet around us when we're in coherence. And when we're in coherence, children, dogs, people, they begin to sense that. I'm sure you've had an experience of walking into a room where people are not in coherence and sensing that too. Okay? So with the HeartMath device will help you just give you direct feedback back of how well you're staying in coherence. There are some really beautiful tools inside that app as well to guided meditation. So I invite you to check it out. Whenever you have a negative thought that comes into your awareness, the HeartMath device picks it up and gives you that direct feedback back. It can be super helpful. Okay, I hope you find that useful today, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Be well.